Hello, hello everybody. I'm not sick, huh? I just wake up. I am in Thailand and I just wake up and I was reading some messages and it's very difficult for me to go live because my life is very, very, very busy here. A lot of work to do with the house and also to help my son also for his business, and so it's very difficult for me to have my mind free to come and do live, but I received some messages that really moved me this morning, and I wanted just to say a small hello and to say that everything is fine, very well. I'm very well, even it's not vacation for sure. I have not even been at the beach once since I'm here, but I'm very happy about what I'm doing here. With my son, it's great. We advance very well on the construction, and maybe when there is not all the construction, ladders and things, I will be able to give you a small tour of the state of the house now. I'm quite happy with the color, and things are going well. Not easy at all, but well. And so it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on here, and it's a lot going on in the world. And for me, what is the conflict that can be here, the difficulties, the things that are not right and that we have to destroy and to make it different again, and all this process, is a kind of reflection of the troubles in the world. I cannot separate in my personal to the collective. It's like, and with all the troubles that are going on, I'm really moved. I don't have a lot of time to be on social media, but the few I am, morning and evening, I listened yesterday this very interesting discussion with Alec Wegg and his son, and I encourage you to listen to that, and to listen also to what I just posted about Gabor Mate, that is such an amazing human being and such a wise man. I encourage you to go and listen more to these kind of people. Go and check their YouTube, check their Instagram page, and go there, because you're going to have a deeper view and consciousness about what is going on, what is at stake. I speak a lot in my video about that, about these two antagonist forces that are in a way fed by, not fed, but manifesting themselves through us as human beings living our experiences. We have, as human beings, to use our mind to connect to our essence, to realize that we have power in these forces that are acting through us. These forces antagonists of, creation and division and death and birth. These are our forces, destruction and resurrection. These are forces that are acting in the world and in each of us. And we live, each of us, this kind of agony, sufferance in our lives, each of us. This is the antagonist forces, the force of destruction, of death, to rebirth, to rebuild. And for me, I have a vision. It's very hard to put words on that. I tried many times, and I get emotional because I cannot found the proper word to express what I feel in a glimpse about all this process. It's like so evident to me, it's so clear, and I cannot put word on that. It's because I'm a human. I'm a human, but I'm connected to my divine essence that is beyond any religion. Beyond any religion. It's a direct connection, the direct religion. It's very hard to express this because it's come from the visible world. But try to have in mind that we are alive because of these antagonist forces. But these antagonist forces are not obliged. And I have the feeling that even these forces try to find a way to be related differently, to don't be in conflict anymore. And through each of us, having consciousness about that is another possible way to be related, not in opposition, but in collaboration, in connection, to build together. These forces going to change as well their way to be related. Because they exist, because we are as we are. But if we change who we are, they're going to change their way to be related as well. Nobody is insignificant. Nobody is like nothing. Not, I would say, influential. Nobody has no power. But if we put our consciousness at that level, a deeper level than the surface, we can make shift the wholeness. We can make a shift in that collective consciousness. As I said, we are alive because of these antagonist forces. When you think about the kind of, we could say fight, because these are human notions, but the strength of a spermatozoid to travel and to arrive and have enough strength to penetrate the ovula that is very strong. Imagine, these are antagonist forces. It's a lot of power there. And we are the result of that. So we have this power and this strength and this force inside of us. But we have also the ability to think, to reflect, and to create with our mind. We live in, all of us, in different realities, but we are creators. They said we are made as the image of God. But what is God? Because if we are made as the image of God, what we see all around the world, what is God really? This supreme intelligence is also what created these antagonist forces. So now, us as human, we have to see this and decide that we can relate differently. And I have the feeling what is going on in the world, it's really to pushes us to decide to create something different, to relate differently, because this is not possible. You know, maybe in the prehistoric times, it was so rough that people has to fight to survive. But it has been, new spaces, new human spaces, and new human spaces with the evolution and with also what has been implemented from other intelligence, extraterrestrial intelligence, that are invisible, and they can they are here. It's not obliged to be little gray or little green, It's intelligence, it's invisible. Our intelligence, our spirit is invisible. It's not something you can wait like that. It's something, your idea, the way you think, it's something from the invisible world. So the way you see, the way you think gonna create your reality. If each of us, because of what we see, we don't want that anymore, because this is a reflection of our troubles outside of us. But we have the ability, and it's almost always the topic of all my videos, the way our mindset, the way we see the world, the way we are with ourselves, at peace with ourselves, can reflect on the world outside of ourselves. More we are at peace with ourselves, and it's not something easy. It took me years. I was always with a connection with something deeper, even when I was younger. I was very young when I was obliged to follow the lecture and the discussion of my grandmother, Jehovah's Witness. And I was maybe 6-7 years old. My grandmother, on my mother's side, east of France, not the one from Corsica. In Corsica, it was more close, in a way, simple life, connected to nature, immersed in nature. But on my mother's side, it was this thing of the lecture. I had to be present. And they were reading the Old Testament. And me, I was already resonating in the Old Testament with something of the origins, not what they were saying in their discussion. That was, for me, was not making sense. I was resonating with the archetypes. I was resonating with something that is beyond the surface that they were exposing. And I was telling them, but God is inside of me. And they were telling me I was blaspheming. And I was telling them, when we die, we know everything. And they said I was like, not right. So, I have this thing inside of me. I can say this inner knowledge since I'm a kid. It never left me. And it's very difficult for years. I've been, because of my way to see life, I've been treated as I was, cuckoo, I was crazy, or I was part of a sect, or all of this. But it's not that. It's more simple than that. The one who follow me since a long time, they know what I'm speaking about, because it's who we are, each of us. We are this essence from the divine, and we have the choice to create beauty or to create ugliness at all levels. So maybe the ugliness we see in the world is a reflection of some little darker side inside of ourselves that we have put light in. And more we put light in ourselves, in our things that we think that are not beautiful. And they are not, they are just human experiences. More we are able to expand our consciousness of ourselves and be at peace with ourselves and love ourselves, more our life is peaceful. My life is very peaceful. It doesn't depend on what is around. I can be at peace in a place of conflict, in a place where there are tension, in a place I regroup. It's very interesting experience for me here, because my son is very impulsive. But what is very interesting is that I don't go on his energy, I stay on mine, very peaceful. I am confronting things on the construction field of the house that could bring me very upset and full of anger. But I'm surprised, happily surprised, to be still in my peace. But this is because, in a way, I can say maybe I built that since so many years, facing myself in my shadow side. I made friend with my shadow. I made friend with the darker side I was rejecting of myself. And I think it's what is happening in the world. We are in a big, enormous spiritual growth crisis. So it's really I can relate in a way, and I feel powerless in a way. The only possibility that I have is to speak about my experience and what I'm feeling. But I can, it's like what I'm seeing in the world, it's a metaphor of what I went through in my early years in my life. Being in trouble, being upset, being full of anger, not expressing it, and after expressing it, and after expressing the anger first to my parents that I was pissed off with, and after to realize that because I express that anger, because I show a darker side of myself to themselves, this may be able to, they've been hurt by that. And the fact they've been hurt, it breaks my heart to hurt them. And as my heart was broken, I was able to feel tenderness for them. But to feel that tenderness and compassion, I had first to express my anger to them and to hurt them. And I have the feeling it's what's going on in the world. It's like this pendulum always going to one extreme to the other one, to be able to find the center and to find peace. It's very difficult to explain this process, but I guess you understand. Now all is black. I don't know what is going on. I don't know if it's continue, but everything became black. Really interesting. I don't know if I'm still alive. It's very interesting. Everything is dark. And I don't even know how to stop that. You know. So please watch this. If I'm still alive there, watch these people like Gabor Mate, like this post I posted yesterday with Alan Dweck and Isan. Look their discussion, listen to their discussion, because this is a deeper level of things, not what the media are showing us, not what is shown also on social media. Select what you see on social media. They are really amazing people, and they make you able to deeper your consciousness and your view of the world and of life. And this is going to bring you more peace. And as you are more at peace, your surrounding can be more at peace, and the collective can be more at peace. So try to put your attention to what these people has to say. And yesterday, Isan is a Muslim, if we can say, because it's beyond being a Muslim. And Gabor Mate is Jewish, but it's beyond Jewishness. It's deep. It's really an amazing human being. So go and listen people like that. This is going to deepen your consciousness, going to elevate, because what we want as human beings is to elevate, as nature does. Nature, everything in nature is going to elevation. Sometimes it has to go down to take like a bond or rebound, and plant elevate toward the light is what we do. And sometimes we have to go down deep in the roots to be able to raise. It's what we do. So I don't know if it's still live. I don't see things moving, but I'm going to try to stop that now. And I thank you very much to be here.